The NFL regular season is so close, you could just almost taste it. And I know Raiders fans, the most notorious in the NFL, are hungry for better standing in the AFC West this year. Will it happen? Well, we're going to break it all down, everything you need to know about this team before September. And for that, I have to bring in CBS San Francisco sports anchor and expert Vern Glenn. Hey, Vern, how's it going?
All right. Let's go. Yeah.
Ready to talk about Raiders, and we can't talk about the Raiders without talking about Antonio Brown, not to mention the mess in Winnipeg. But there's so much to break down here. It's hard to know really where to start. But let's start first with Antonio Brown. The beef with Brown and Big Ben seems to continue even now.
Yeah, so it appears, but yeah, you know how it is when something leaks out, you never really know what's real and what's fabricated. I mean, we may never know what the dynamic is between Big Ben and Antonio Brown. Really, only two people know, and that's those individuals. We just kind of go off of whatever is tweeted, and when we formulate our own opinion. And unfortunately, in this day and age, opinions are equated as fact, and that's where things kind of go sideways.
Vern, I gotta pick your brain about the helmet situation. What's going on there?
Well, you would think on the surface, there's what? 30 NFL helmets that are approved. He can't find one that fits. This is about a receiver that has played the game, I guess, long enough where maybe he thought he earned the right to be able to wear the helmet that he wanted to wear. And after two failed grievances, Antonio Brown is now going to have to comply.
All drama aside, Vern, what are some key things that you're looking at this season, especially for the season opener on September 8th?
Yeah, September 9th, they open up against the Denver Broncos. It's a Monday night, and here's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Derek Carr to see if he can establish some kind of a rhythm. I'm looking to see if they can actually run the football against Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. And I'm looking for a pass rush because the Raiders really haven't had one as of late. They had 13 sacks all of last year, Katie. They have to hit and pressure the quarterback. They have to establish sacks. They have to create turnovers. They have to, in Gruden's words, be more aggressive this year if they're going to make some kind of a statement.
Vern, I'm going to ask this question on both sides of the ball here, starting with the offense, because that seems to be the trend here. Who is the most important player for this Raiders offense?
It has to be Derek Carr. It comes from him all the way down. If he's feeling good and if he's confident, if he gets into a rhythm and is able to move the football, then that'll permeate through the rest of the offense.
I want to talk about the Raiders defense too. You started talking about this just a moment ago. Who's going to be your most important player on that side of the ball?
I'm going to be looking at Clelin Ferrell. He is their number one pick, the fourth overall, fella out of Clemson. I have mentioned that they really haven't had much of a pass rush, so he's going to be in there at the defensive end. He is there to essentially just go get the quarterback. A couple of other people to mention, Jonathan Abram. They've got him back in the secondary. Abram, he is another number one pick, and he is called on to be, I guess, the last line of defense. This guy is physical, and this guy can get interceptions, and he can hit you and really make you think about coming to his side of the field.
Vern, before I let you go, I have to say, or I have to ask rather, the season hasn't even started yet, but if you were to have a bold prediction for the end of the year, what's that win-loss ratio going to look like for the Oakland Raiders?
Katie, I got the Raiders going at 9-7, and I say that because I'm going to give them the loss to Green Bay. I'm going to give them 2 losses to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll go out on a limb and say that they will split with the Denver Broncos, but somehow, some way, they'll be able to squeeze that win out of it. That'll change it from 8-8 to 9-7. That's what I'm going with. And the Raiders coming off a 4-win season, I bet you when nobody's looking, they'll take it.
Yeah. All right, Vern, thank you so much for your time today and for chatting with us. We really appreciate it, and I'm sure Oakland fans really appreciate that prediction as well. The Raiders kick off their season at home September 9th against the Denver Broncos. Katie Johnston, CBS San Francisco.com.